Coming in at number 5 is The Big Lebowski. This Coen Brothers cult classic follows the misadventures of the chillest guy in the universe, the Dude, as he is thrown into a series of events following a mistaken identity. This movie is truly timeless. Part cheesy bowling comedy, part existential crisis, part dark comedy. It really doesn't get old. The lines are memorable, the characters are quirky and funny, and as great as Jeff Bridges does in this film, it's really John Goodman that we keep coming back for. So put on your favorite bathrobe, mix yourself up a beverage, sink into your couch, and enjoy this hilarious film. Just don't go peeing on anyone's rug.
His wife goes out and owes money all over town and they pee on my rug?
They pee on your fucking rug?
Peed on my fucking rug.
That's right, dude. They peed on your fucking rug.
Coming in at number 4 is Indiana Jones: Raiders of the Lost Ark. Never before have I been so convinced that I want to become an archaeologist than after watching this movie. Sadly, archaeologists don't carry around Webley revolvers and bullwhips. While it was Star Wars that made Harrison Ford, it was Indiana Jones that solidified him as a classic. And somehow, he pretty much plays Han Solo in this movie, but more badass. In general, the characters in this movie are just phenomenal. Whether it's the beautiful and stubborn Marion Ravenwood, the lovable Salah, or even the sleazy Captain Katanga, who is actually one of my favorite characters in the movie. This movie just has something for everyone, and what I really love about it is the setting. Right, aside from characters, the way this movie portrays real-world history and events, but also just puts that cinematic twist of mysticism and adventure on it, it just makes it so fun to rewatch. Coming in at number 3 is Borat: Cultural Learnings of America for Make Benefit Glorious Nation of Kazakhstan. That's right, I read out the entire title, but this movie is just so amazing. Sacha Baron Cohen is a comedic genius. The fact that they actually interacted with real people who didn't know that this was going to be a movie makes it just truly unique. There's really nothing else like it. Now, while I keep coming back to this movie for the hilarious clips, Borat's personality, the crazy reactions, this movie actually has a lot of value for seemingly a pretty stupid comedy movie, because it simultaneously pokes fun at the poverty of ex-Soviet nations as well as making fun of American culture itself. Like, there's really no holding back in this movie. And for me, the way it made fun of politics, religion, and culture while still being just gut-wrenching hilarious makes this arguably one of the best comedy movies of all time. Seriously, if you haven't watched this, go check it out.
My name is Borat. I like you. I like sex. It's nice.
Coming in at number 2 is Star Wars, or if you will, Star Wars: A New Hope. For me, this is my favorite Star Wars movie of all time, and it's also the only one that really works as a standalone movie. So while I would typically just rewatch the entire original trilogy, if I'm just gonna pick one Star Wars movie, it's gotta be A New Hope. The beauty of this movie is in its simplicity. 3 characters with very different motives brought together for a common goal. It's really textbook, and the story itself is nothing really innovative or new, but the way it's told, the setting in which it's told, is totally new and brilliant. The way that C-3PO and R2-D2 communicate, where you can understand what one of them is saying and it's kind of implied what the other says, it's just truly great. Not to mention that this is the only Star Wars film with Alec Guinness and Peter Cushing, which are just two classic, amazing actors. This movie is just an icon. It's insanely quotable, and frankly, there's really nothing I can say about it that hasn't been already said before. So if you haven't seen this movie already, then I really don't know what you're doing, but definitely go check it out. And if you have, it's really not a bad time to rewatch some classic Star Wars. Coming in at number 1 is my favorite movie by my favorite director, Martin Scorsese, and that's none other than Goodfellas. Man, what can I say about this movie? Now, at 2.5 hours long, it's actually pretty long to be considered a rewatchable movie, but for some reason it just doesn't get boring. Whether it's the improvised performances by Joe Pesci, the stoic but sinister nature of Robert De Niro, or just the all-around ambitious but sort of scared portrayal of Henry Hill by Ray Liotta, this movie just kills it in every department. No, like literally a lot of characters get killed in this movie. The way that Scorsese has really perfected the rise and fall character arc, it just shines through so brightly in this film. There's really no better place to watch this. The fact that it was actually based off a real story, which is fascinating, and then put to the big screen and made the story even more famous, it just solidifies this movie as a timeless classic. It's insanely quotable, it's full of Sopranos characters, and the way that it romanticizes crime without glorifying it is truly cinematic. It is a must watch, and it's why it is my most rewatchable movie of all time. Let me know what you think of the video. What are your top 5 most rewatchable movies? Let me know in the comments below, and until next time guys, peace.